This week's game, the Orange Blossom Classic between Jackson State and FAMU, is going to ride on the shoulders of two young men, and it's going to be the quarterbacks, Jason Brown of Jackson State, Jeremy Moussa of FAMU. Whoever wins this game will be positioned to have that spot, that #1 spot. When it's all said and done, when it's time to play for that SWAC championship at the end of the season, they're going to be in a good space based on whoever gets this win. And the craziest thing is, the chirping is already starting on how things are going to turn out in this game. But I want to look at it from the quarterback's point of view, because I got a couple of things that I kind of wonder how some stuff going to go. Let's talk about it right after this. You know it's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share these videos. And tap in a friend or two and tell them to come on in. It's nothing but positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get on in this thing, because I know you're like, Coach, here you go with this crazy stuff, bro. What you got going here? Listen, I've listened to a lot of different spaces. You know, I sat back and listened to a lot of different things while I was trying to get some other stuff taken care of. I'm on a very tight time crunch on a project that I have to get done. So I'm trying to get it done as relentlessly as I possibly can. I'll go with that, as relentlessly as I possibly can. That means no sleep, their lack of sleep, and definitely just trying to focus and make sure I get this thing done. You know, I was listening to a couple of conversations, and you know, we all understand, and I'm hoping some folks do understand, that the game of football is played based on trench play and mismatches out there on the field. And a lot of times, who has the superior athletes out there on the field that can make a play? Can everybody agree with that, or somewhat agree to disagree? Well, with that being said, I say this. Both of these quarterbacks will be playing in this game looking to do their part, which is get the W. Got FAMU's quarterback, Jeremy Moussa, who lost a key receiver last year, and Xavier Smith, who was really a mismatch for a lot of defensive backs within the SWAC last season, in which this young man caught 87 passes for 1,021 yards and 11 touchdowns. Moussa's ability to get that ball down the field, especially when a play breaks down and the receiver breaks off their route to come back to him for him to throw the pass to them to continue to keep those chains moving, you got to give that young man his props on that, because he did that an awful lot last season, in most instances making sure that he kept his team in the game to continue to keep moving on, to hopefully wait on Jackson State, if possible, to make a mistake for them to get back in contention to play for the SWAC championship. Even though those things didn't happen, Jeremy Moussa is looking to make sure he take care of business this year, so there's no hesitation as far as what everybody can expect from the Rattlers when it comes to their football team. Now, again, new coaches over at Jackson State, new athletes over at Jackson State. FAMU got new athletes as well. And we're going to see exactly how things are going to turn out, especially now that everyone has gotten to see a small sample size. And why I say a small sample size? Because a lot of you out there are upset with what Jason Brown was able to do against South Carolina State last week in that MEAC-SWAC challenge football game. And I got to say this, guys, you can't get mad at a team because the other team was not prepared, or the lack of preparation, I would say. When you look at how everything, panned out in that game, you can honestly see there was some things that, left a lot of people asking questions. At the end of the day, I will always say, if you strap up that helmet, put them shoulder pads on, pull that jersey over them shoulder pads to represent who you're playing for, and lace them cleats up and walk out there on that field, that means you're ready to go. You're ready to go. And unfortunately, things didn't look the way that a lot of the South Carolina State fans wished for them to happen. But you know what? I honestly believe head coach Buddy Pugh would get those things rectified and continue to keep moving forward. While many of you were watching that, FAMU was looking at, okay, we got athletes over here as well that many people have not paid much attention to. I mean, Moussa definitely got him some toys over there. I mean, he got some athletes that came into the program. He got running back Jacques Yant. He got wide receiver Jeremiah Gassett. He got wide receiver Marcus Riley. And, I mean, just to name a few. You know, just name a few of those new toys he got in there. He got some new linemen in there as well. Everybody know, hey, listen, they can get after it on that offensive line as well, because that trench play is definitely going to be key, making sure that they keep their quarterback upright and clean in that pocket. Moussa did have a fantastic season last year, which he threw the ball 394 times, completing 226 for 2,732 yards with 21 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Jerry Moussa showed everybody he can get out there, he can sling that ball around the field without it being a problem. The only problem was them getting over the hump, beating Jackson State. And in this instance, as I spoke about earlier, with Jason Brown coming into the program, and many folks out there feel that South Carolina State, that game against South Carolina State was not cracked up to be what it was. People were saying, hey man, Jackson State really was not tested. Well, guys, guess what? At the end of the day, you still had to go ahead and run the plays that you need to run in order to see what your team can do, how things are going to form up, especially as weeks continue to keep growing throughout the season. Jackson State quarterback Jason Brown had a phenomenal day out there on the field against South Carolina State in the MEAC-SWAC Challenge football game, in which this young man set records with completions as well as pass percentage and also yards. This young man threw the ball 30 times, completing 26 for 353 yards, 3 touchdowns. And again, he had an 86% completion rate. Those are some phenomenal numbers to put up in that game. Now, I know many of you are sitting there saying, with all of that, but you got to remember, Brown's ability to stretch the field, to keep plays going while receivers are running their routes down the field, like I said, it's going to be something to watch this upcoming weekend. We watched Jason Brown throw the ball to multiple receivers in that MEAC-SWAC Challenge football game last week, in which he threw passes to Jensen Riley, DJ Stevens, Duke Miller, Rico Powers, Andre Hunt, Isaiah Spencer, just to name a few. Now, Brown's ability to make sure he's able to hit those receivers in stride, allowing them to continue to keep running with the ball after they've caught the pass, is definitely going to be something phenomenal to keep watching again this weekend. Like I stated before, both of these quarterbacks can throw the ball a ton. We watched Jason Brown do it last week, in which a lot of folks thought he dink and dunked the ball down the field, in which you got to go back and look at it again, guys. He did throw some long passes. He threw a long one to Rico Powers, like in the middle of the field, in which had he hit that young man in stride, he'd still be running down 75 North right about now, with the game being over with, some 4 or 5 days ago. I'm just saying. But listen to what I'm trying to get you to understand is that this is going to be a good game, especially from the quarterback matchup between these two young men. We're going to see what these offensive coordinators can do to get their quarterbacks in the best position to make sure that they're able to make plays continuously within the game. Like I said, this game is definitely going to come down to who can make plays and not make fatal mistakes that's going to cost the team. Whichever quarterback is able to do that, I honestly feel that's going to be the team that's going to win the game. Coach is going to give his prediction at the end of the week. I want everybody to make sure you tune in, tap in, tell a friend of a friend to come on in, get your predictions in there, because Coach going to do it again this week. We going to buy some lunch to see what y'all got going on here. Who going to get the score right? Let's talk about it. Hey, let me know what your thoughts are as far as the quarterback play. Which one of these quarterbacks going to get out here and show up and show out in this game? But guys, Coach going to go ahead and get up on out this thing. But until next time, be the one and lead.